Shalom, shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, shalom, Most High in Christ. We'll be starting up in a second.
Yes, sir.
Shalom, shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.
This is One Nation. This is One Nation Israelite School. I'm your host with the most, Judea, and with me.
Solomon the Benjamite.
And yeah, I am not the man of the hour, so I'm gonna pass it on over to. Oh,
Shalom, brothers and sisters. Hope all is well in the nation of Israel. Tonight we finna hit y'all with another reading section. Hope that y'all tune in and stay along. I'll get into it. Just give me a minute real quick. All right. So last was what? Numbers chapter 9. We're going to pick up in Numbers chapter 9.
but hold on real quick.
Oh.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, what's going on, brother and sister? And how y'all doing out there? Shalom, shalom. How y'all evening went? How y'all day went? I know y'all can hear my voice. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Laborers today. How everybody's been? Shalom, shalom, Sister AD, Sister Fire.
Shalom.
Nick Solomon in the building.
Shalom. Ain't came through yet.
Yeah, today, man, y'all see what today was. I ain't even know, but I didn't remember, but I just got a fresh reminder that today was what they would call Father's Day or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Which is a mockery when you think about it in the black community, because nobody honor their father anyways.
Right.
Shalom, Most High in Christ. Nobody honor their father anyways. And if you look at it, what I seen when I looked on Facebook for just, I say about 45 seconds to a minute, I saw, if you look at things after a while, you can no longer just look at it and just see the best. It's like you see deeper into certain things.
Right.
And what I kept seeing was more adding to confusion. What I mean by that? First, get that 1 Corinthians.
All right. 1 Not be the author confused.
Right. 14 and 33.
All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
Right. In all churches of the saints. Now remember, individually, we are our households as a church. You know what I'm saying? Your union between a marriage is a church. And then they come together with all of us to make a body.
Right.
So the reason why I put this, because I really just wanted the top part. For God is not the author of confusion. Now, when you go to Facebook, well, at least what I saw, I see a bunch of women saying Happy Father's Day to each other like they are men.
That's crazy.
As if they fathers. Now, this is what we talk about when we say just straight up weird bozo type stuff, because it's like these women, they'll get on there and post they the mothers on, hey, Mother's Day, I'm drinking mimosas and shaking my ass, and this person taking me out to eat, and that person, Happy Mother's Day, ooh, we the mothers. Then Father's Day roll around, Happy Father's Day, ooh, we the fathers, Happy Father's Day, somebody take us, give us some money, we're gonna drink some mimosas, we Happy Fathers. Then when we say, you raising these badass kids, won't you do, well, the daddies ain't even help. Oh, no, you was the father, remember?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Your mother
you celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day, but then when it's time to take accountability for the shit that the kid doing, it's because the daddy ain't doing, these niggas need to help. And no, you said you was, see what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
You want both, you want the rewards to be both, but then you don't want no accountability. You want to share accountability when it's time. We're just the hell with the fact that, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon.
I'm just telling you, just these women, and that's the thing, women have to be kept underfoot because they can't help it. They love to be glorified. They love to be worshipped. And that's why at any occasion that you give them, they will make themselves the idol to be worshipped.
Right.
We're in Wisdom of Solomon, and let's go to chapter 16. I'm trying to find it off the fly.
All right.
Okay, it's chapter 14, and we're gonna start at verse. Let's just get the verse 26.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 26. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 26. Disquieting of good man, forgetfulness of good terms, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanliness.
Right. Now, it says disquieting of good men. Now, this is all talking about the things that happen in spawns of idolatry. You know what I'm saying? And in the midst of that, you have defiling of souls and the changing of kinds. changing from men to be women, women to be men. That's what that's going into, and that's the spirit that they in when you see women calling themselves fathers.
Right.
And that's why I'm telling you, that's idolatry. Go read verse 27.
Verse 27. For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause and the end of all evil.
We always say, what was the sin that she went into? Idolatry, and she wanted to be what? A god. So
right.
She wanted, see what I'm saying? She wanted the knowledge of a god. Why? You would worship and reverence a god. The same spirit that you see these women, modern women, and they want the goddamn credit for everything, but they don't want no accountability for nothing.
Right.
But the thing is, they want the credit for everything. They want to be in front. That's why Father's Day, happy Father's Day to her. Who? And you got men who following behind this crap today.
Right.
What you had a rapper, Plies. That's why I buy you something for Father's Day every year. On that, what was it? His Mama Baby song. He'll go into the streets, but tell his mama he's still a baby.
Yeah.
And then there he said somebody buys mama something
every Father's Day.
Right. And then he get on Facebook or his Facebook page and he'll say Happy Father's Day to all the women out there, stuff like that. See, it's foolishness, man.
Pure wickedness.
It's foolishness, man. Don't get caught up in the world, man. These people full of wickedness. That's why it tells us to watch who we keep company with, man. Because next thing you know, you'll start doing it. That's how you see brothers who came to the school, rock with us, but never fully pledge in. And then next thing you know, it sound like they into women worshiping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the hell with the pagan, I ain't with the pagan, but happy Mother's Day. Oh, boy.
That doesn't make no goddamn sense. Kind of shit is that?
Then it be all type of other posts that start happening. You see, it's like, damn, oh brother falling into the thing. When Paul was like, what the hell y'all doing? Chill.
Yeah.
That's what Paul had to check brothers about in the New Testament. They worshiping Diana and Esther and all that.
Right. That shit didn't make no sense. That's like a motherfucker talking about they don't eat pork sandwiches, but putting them a damn piece of pork on their plate. What the fuck is he talking about? Man.
But if you look at what was in common and all those things, it was what? Worshiping a woman.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the point. It's like I said, you gotta, that's why it tells us to watch who we keep company with. Now with that being said, get Luke 16:9.
Luke chapter 16 and verse 9. Luke chapter 16 and verse 9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations.
Right. So here you have a verse where it says, you know what I'm saying, make ye friends with mammon of unrighteousness. So the mammon is like, you know what I'm saying, wealth of the world or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make you, you know what I'm saying, you gonna have you some friends that make to yourself some friends of the world that you made with little mammon, little, you know what I'm saying, that if you fail, they'll receive you. So you know, get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
Lord's like always have something in the clutch where you could fall back if you know something was to befall you.
Yeah.
But within that, you go to Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
So it says, be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. Now, I just told you make some friends of the world, but it's telling you not to be unequally yoked. So what's the hell's going on? It's like, you better understand this. What is unequally yoked? Like I told you, if we was plowing the field back in the day and we needed it, we put 2 horses on the thing. What happens if one horse is stronger than the other?
That thing gonna start going up. So it's gonna start pulling another way.
Right. Instead of my roads being straight, they're gonna start slanting.
Right.
Because one horse is stronger than the other. That's the same thing with this walk. You hanging with somebody that's not in this truth, not in the faith, that's of the world. If you hooked up with them, it's only gonna go one of 2 ways. Either you pulling them to righteousness or they pulling you to unrighteousness.
Right.
So the Bible tells you not to be unequally yoked. But if I got 2 horses if I only got these 2 horses and one horse is stronger than the other, I would need a 3rd horse that's stronger than both of them to be in the front that would keep my road straight. But
right.
So when it comes to that, what it's saying is, read it again. So it told you, make some friends of the world, make some friends with a mammon in the world, that if it came to the worst, you know what I'm saying, they would, if something came to the worst and then befall you, you got some in the clutch that are, you know what I'm saying, you got a little something,
yeah,
somewhere to fall. All right, if everything was to fail. So it says, read on.
Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Mm-hmm.
For what fellowship hath unrighteousness with? What fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? Right.
So what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? That's why we tell you, observe it. People out because understand, we in this walk, and it said make you some friends of mammon, but it's sitting here telling you don't be unequally yoked. Don't be sitting around and fellowshipping and just be cooping and chilling with the unrighteous, because do you know at what point in time the Lord going to send a judgment through? No, but if you there with them, you get the wrath. It's telling you straight. It says don't be yoked and gathered together with unbelievers. What fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? The thing is, what it's saying is, you are comfortable in this. Your sin is fun. It's 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I told you it's the excellent is more more righteous than his neighbor, but the way of the evil seduceth him, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Unrighteous. So it's letting you know that their unrighteousness will pull you away from your righteousness. That's why the Bible says, do not be gathered with them. What fellowship can the righteous have with unrighteous? And what communion have light with darkness? So when it's telling you, don't be around these people. Basically, if you got to make friends with some people that's of the world, and it's telling you don't be yoked with them, you can't fellowship with them. It's not right. The Bible won't contradict itself. It's telling you something. Get Sirach 27 real quick. Hold on, as a fact, remember I was just saying, hold that real quick. Get Sirach 13.
All right.
Sirach 13:1.
Sirach chapter 13 and verse 1. Sirach chapter 13 and verse 1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith.
Right. Now listen to what it's saying. Think about this in the context of the unrighteous and the righteous. Read it again.
He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith.
Uh-huh.
And he that hath fellowship with the proud man shall be like unto him.
So think about that. Remember how I said, don't be unequally yoked. Unrighteousness is sin is fun. If you sit around these people long enough, their unrighteousness will seduce you. So right here it says, he that touches pit shall be defiled therewith. It's like saying, he that touches tar, if you touch tar, it will stick to you. Just like he that hangeth with a proud man, he that hangeth with someone that is proud, you will be like him. So it's like if you hanging with somebody, you will eventually be like them. Their ways will stick to you.
Right.
That's what it's saying, basically. So basically go back to observe your company. Don't be unequally yoked. You hang with these people, eventually their ways will stick to you.
Right.
So now read 13:1 again. So
Sirach chapter 13 and verse 1. He that touches pitch shall be defiled therewith.
You touch that thing, then you're gonna be defiled with that thing. Same thing, like if you touch, if you hang with that wicked person, you're gonna be like that wicked person.
And he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him.
And he that, so like it, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man, an arrogant man, a sinful man, an evil man, shall be like unto him. Meaning you will be likened unto him. You will be, your ways will tend to start being, basically you'll start to manifest the actions that he would. You will act, you'll be like him. You're gonna be likened to him anyhow. So the Lord gonna deal with you. Give me Sirach 27 and 12. So what is it saying ultimately? Because the unrighteous is gonna be amongst us in that point in time. You're gonna have to use them, right? So what is it saying ultimately?
Sirach chapter 27 and verse 12. Sirach chapter 27 and verse 12. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding.
Read it again.
If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time.
So it says, when you be among the indiscreet, hold on. All right. It says, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time. So when you be among the people of the world, those not in the faith, those not in the truth, it says observe the time.
Right.
So what is, you can't be hanging with these people all the time. Observe the time. Make the time short when you deal with them. Short, sweet, boom. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to deal with these people no longer than you have to deal with them. And even if you fall on that time where you just so happen to need them, make that time brief, be brief too. Observe the time.
Right.
Observe the time. Don't get comfortable. Don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's where I see a lot of brothers and sisters, they get caught up in that. It's not being able to keep it like in that box where it's I observe the time, and then it's just when you get what I'm saying. Before you know it, you see them. I'm with this person every day, with them every day, and it's like that's where it's okay. You brothers falling off. You yoked, locked together. So you gotta observe the time when you read it again.
All right. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding.
But it says be continually among men of understanding. All right, so let's jump on over there. All right, 37 and 12.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man.
Be continually with a godly man. See what I'm saying? My father's starting to break down. Okay, these are the people you deal with. These are the ones you stay among. These are the ones that you talk to daily. These are who you deal with daily. Why? make sure you in line with go to hold that Malachi 3. You know what we read all the time. Be continually with the godly man. These are the people you want to be in constantly contact with all the time. Why? Malachi 3:16.
Malachi chapter 3 and verse 16. Then they that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And the book of remembrance is written before him for them that fear the Lord. And that
them that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord heard it and he wrote it down. This is where you get your rapport at. You know what I'm saying? This is where you're gonna get your strength at, man. This is where it counts. These are people that you're gonna talk to on the daily. The ones that fear the Lord. I mean, amongst the godly. And we know that the godly is those who gonna what? Fear the Lord. And the Lord hear that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Sirach 37 and 12.
Sirach chapter 37 verse 12. Dang. Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Right, and they shall sorrow with thee if thou miscarry. You know what I'm saying? Go to Sirach. Sirach 13. Sirach 13 and verse 16.
Sirach chapter 13 verse 16. Sirach chapter 13 and verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind.
All flesh consorteth to kind. Now, you hanging with the sinners, what did the Lord say he gonna do to that flesh?
He gonna cut it off.
He said he gonna cut that flesh off. He said he gonna put the sinners to death, right? We all aware of that. Right. So the Lord is he looking at all of that. What crowds we kept, who we dealt with daily, keeping all of that. All that goes into your report. Your report. I keep saying report. But so read it again. How does the Lord look at that group? Because he said, I hear the group of them that fear the Lord and talk together. But how does he hear the other? How does he hear it all? What you said again?
All flesh consorteth according to kind. And a man will cleave to his light.
He will cleave to his light. So if you like the unrighteous, then you're going to cleave to it. And if you like the righteous, you're going to cleave to that. But just like it said in 2 Corinthians, what fellowship, read it, 17.
Are you talking about Corinthians?
No. I was referencing. What it did say, the same thing it said in Corinthians. What fellowship have this with that? What fellowship have this with that? And I said, read it here, 13, 17.
What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the God.
What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? There ain't no fellowship between them except for dinner. Except for I don't even think of the word I was about to say. But all that lamb knows, if I get close enough to you, you're gonna tear my ass up.
Yeah, that's damn true.
And the wolf understand that if you let me get close enough to you, I'm gonna tear your ass up. And that's the only understanding them two have. Okay. All right, so they don't fellowship much together, and that's the same thing when it comes to us amongst the sinners. Read that at the end of 17 again.
So the sinner with the godly.
So the sinner with the godly.
Excuse me.
So the sinner with the godly. There's nothing we can do. We can only deal for a short period of time.
Right.
And it can't be continual. That's why it says be continual with the godly man. And that's where I said we must learn to draw the line, because we become continual with the ungodly. You know what I'm saying? And the ungodly shall surely be punished. in the whole world today. Well, I don't say the whole world, but for the most part, people was out here celebrating what they would call Father's Day.
Yeah, going in.
And then you got the other half where there's women celebrating themselves as being fathers.
Right.
Pure bullshit, man. All right, I'll pass it back over to you.
All right. Damn, sure need it. Women that bump their hot damn head. So have most of this hot damn world. So, hold on, give me 1 minute. Let me hold the bullshit. Go get some tissue real quick. All right. Chapter 9 and verse 1. Numbers chapter 9 and verse 1. And the Lord spake to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year, after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at its appointed season. In the 14th day of this month at evening, you shall keep it in its appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof. And Moses spake to the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover, and they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at the even in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord hath commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in the appointed season among the children of Israel? And Moses said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or if your prosperity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. The 14th day on the second month at evening they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinance of the Passover, they shall keep it. But the man that is clean and is not in the journey, and forbear to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people, because he bought not the offering of the Lord in his appointed season. That man shall bear his sin. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto the Lord according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. You shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that's born in the land. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up and the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony, and that even there was upon the tabernacle as it were the appearance of fire until the morning. So it was always. The cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. Now, excuse me. And when the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle, then after that the children of Israel journeyed. And in the place where the cloud abided, there the children of Israel pitched their tents. At the commandment of the Lord, the children of Israel journeyed. And at the commandment of the Lord, they pitched. As long as the cloud abided above the tabernacle, they rest in their tents. And when the cloud tarried along upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Lord and journeyed not. And so it was, when the cloud was a few days upon the tabernacle, according to the commandment of the Lord, they abided in their tents. And according to the commandment of the Lord, they journeyed. And so it was, when the cloud abided from evening until the morning, that the cloud was taken up in the morning, then they journeyed. Whether it was by day or night, or by night, that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Or whether it were 2 days, or a month, or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abided in their tents, and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. At the commandment of the Lord, they rested in the tents. And at the commandment of the Lord, they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Lord at the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. Numbers chapter 10 and verse 1. Numbers chapter 10 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps. Damn, man. Killing me. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes which are heads of the thousands of Israel shall gather themselves unto thee. When ye blow in the alarm, then the camp shall lie on the east part shall go forward. When ye blow in the alarm the second time, then the camp shall lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journey. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound the alarm. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow with their trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generation. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpet, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies.
Yeah.
Time for you to go to sleep.
1 Corinthians 14 and 8.
That's what happens when you're tired, man. Verse 10. Also in the days of your gladness and your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, you shall blow with your trumpets over your burnt offering, and over the sacrifices of your peace offering, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am the Lord your God. And it shall come to pass on the 20th day of the second month in the second year, that the cloud was taken up from off the tabernacle of the testimony, when the children of Israel took their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai. And the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran. And they first took their journey according to the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. In the first place was the standard of the camp of the children of Judah according to their armies. And over his host was Nahshon the son of Amminadab. And over the host of the tribe of Issachar was Nathaniel the son of Zuar. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Zebulun was Eliab the son of Helon. The tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Jeshurun and the sons of Mirmah set forth, bearing the tabernacle. And the standard of the camp of Reuben set forth according to their armies. And over his host was Elizur the son of Shedeur. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Simeon was Shemuel the son of Jeridah. And of the host of the tribe of the children of Gad was Elisphat the son of Deuel. And over the Kotharites set forth, bearing the sanctuary. And the others did set up the tabernacle against they came. And the center of the camp of the children of Ethan set forward according to their army. And over his host was Elishama, the son of Amihud. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Manasseh was Galmah, the son of Ped-Hazor. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abinadan, the son of Gideon. And the center of the camp of the children of Dan set forward, which was the reward of all the camps throughout their host. And over his host was Azar, the son of Amminadab. And over the host of the tribe of the son of Asher was Peglag, the son of Okran. And over the host of the tribe of Naphtali was Arad, the son of Enan. And thus were the journeying of the children of Israel according to their armies, when they set forward. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Regiel and Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, we are journeying into the place of which the Lord said, I will give unto you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good. But the Lord hath spoken good concerning Israel. And he said unto him, I will not go, but I will depart to my own land and to my kindred. And he said, leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of ours. And it shall be, if thou goest with us, yea, it shall be that what goodness the Lord shall do unto us, the same will we do unto thee. And they departed from the mount of the Lord 3 days, journeying, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord went before them in the 3 days journey, to search out a resting place for them. And the cloud of the Lord was upon them by day, when they went out of the camp. And it came to pass, when the ark set forward, that Moses said, rise up, Lord, and let thy enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. And when it rested, he said, return, O Lord, unto the many thousands of Israel. Numbers chapter 11 and verse 1. Numbers chapter 11 and verse 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost part of the camp. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burned among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons, and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. And the manna was as quarter seed, and the color thereof as the color of Bdellium. And the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in mortars, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste
Now,
of
hold
it
on. I'm trying to get it says it was yellow. It was pale yellow like gum resin. So I imagine it probably looked like kind of like seedy, but like gummy, like almost like bread dough, but almost like seedy as type.
I know what you're talking about,
All right.
Doughy shit.
Let's say whitish yellow in color. All right, go ahead.
and gathered it, and ground it into meals, and beat it in mortars, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weeping throughout their family, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. And Moses said unto the Lord, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them? That thou couldst say unto me, carry them in the bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their father. When should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it's too heavy for me. And if thou dealest thus with me, heal me, I pray thee, out of hand. If I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. And the Lord said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, who thou mayest to be the elders of the people, and officer over them, and bring them into the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there. And I will take of the spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bearest not thyself alone. And say unto the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh. For ye have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. You shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month until it come out. Or even a whole month until it come out at your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you, because that ye have despised the Lord which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt? And Moses said, the people among who I am are 600,000 footmen. And thou hast said, I will give them flesh that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? And the Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my words shall come to pass unto thee or not. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud, and spake unto him, and took over the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but were not out the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men answered and said, my Lord Moses forbid them. And Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake? Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord will put his spirit upon them? And Moses got him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. And there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey at the sea. On this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. And the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 cormors, and they spread themselves all about for themselves round about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people. And the Lord smote the people with very great plague. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people that left. And the people journeyed from Kibroth Hattaavah unto Hazroth, and the body at Hazroth. Numbers chapter 12 and verse 1. Numbers chapter 12 and verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, hath the Lord indeed spoke only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, come out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against him, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Then Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he hath come out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father hath spit in her face, shall she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. And afterwards the people removed from Hazroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. I'm going to try to get some Isaiah in real quick. Get a minute. It's 64. Isaiah chapter 64 and verse 1. Isaiah chapter 64 and verse 1. Oh, that thou wouldest render the heavens, that thou wouldest come down, that the mountains may flow down at thy presence. As when the melting fire burneth, the fire causes the water to boil, to make thy name known to thy adversary, that the nations may tremble at thy presence. When thou didst tremble things which we look not for, thou camest down, the mountains flow down at thy presence. For since the beginning of the world men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, O God, beside thee, what he hath prepared for him that waiteth for him. Thou meetest him that rejoiceth and worketh righteousness, those that remember thee in thy ways. Behold, thou art wroth, for we have sinned, and those in continuance, and we shall be saved. But we are all as unclean things, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. And we all do fade as the leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. And there is none that calleth upon thy name, that stirred up himself to take hold of thee. For thou hast hid thy face from us, and hast consumed us because of our iniquities. But, O Lord, thou art our Father. We are thy clay, and thou our Father. We are all the works of thy hand, but not wrought very sure, O Lord. Neither remember iniquity forever. Behold, see we beseech thee, we are all thy people. Thy holy cities are a wilderness. Zion is a wilderness, Jerusalem a desolation. Our holy and our beautiful houses, where our fathers praise thee, is burned up with fire, and all our pleasant things are laid waste. Wilt thou refrain thyself from these things, O Lord? Wilt thou hold thy peace and afflict us very sore? Isaiah chapter 65. Oh man, we might not get done with 65, but I still try to read it. Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 1. And I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that have sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by thy name, by my name. I spread out my hands all the days unto rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens, and burneth in incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves and lodge in the momentums, which eat swine's flesh, and broth of abominable things is in their vestures, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silent, but will recompense every recompense into their bosom. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith the Lord, which have burned incense upon the mountains, and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. Thus saith the Lord, as the new wine is found in a cluster, and one said, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains. And my elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, in the valley of Archer, a place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for the truth, and that furnish the drink offering unto the number. Therefore I will remember you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear. But did evil before my eyes, and did chose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. But the Lord God shall slay them, and call his servants by name. And call his servant by another name. That he who's blessed himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from my eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create for. Behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruits of them. They shall not build, another inhabit. They shall not plant, and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and that shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountains, saith the Lord. That was Isaiah chapter 65. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Hope that you come back for some more of this work.
Lord's will, we have y'all with us for the next one.
Lord's will.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.